Seattle, Green Bay, as you see, hit the ground running these first 3 weeks of the season. Little bargument time, guys. I know it's early to be slamming mimosas, but Peter, which team's off to a more impressive start?
It's so fitting, too, because these two teams have such a great rivalry over the years. They play in the playoffs seemingly every year, and Russell and Rodgers have actually gone together and done some classic regular season games and some world-famous postseason games. And yet I look at the Seahawks offense, and I'm blown away by it. He's got the most touchdown passes in the history of the sport through 3 weeks, and it's not Russell that's Brian Schottenheimer is the play caller. Brian Schottenheimer is not known for this. Brian Schottenheimer was with the Jets in the mid-2000s with Mark Sanchez, and it was a lot of, take the easy stuff and then run the ball down your throat and be a power running team. Last year, this team was not Russell Wilson throwing all over the yard. This team last year was a lot of Chris Carson, and if it's not Chris Carson, let's get the tight ends going. Yesterday, Russell Wilson was just letting it fly. There should have been 6 touchdown passes if DK Metcalf is not stripped on the 1 yard line, thinking he was already in the end zone. These passes are beautiful. Russell Wilson is fully unleashed, and they are so dialed in. We're getting the emergence of guys like DK Metcalf and Will Dissly and all these other players, but Russell's the one constant. The guy that I'm most impressed with is the offensive coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer, because I didn't know this was in his DNA. I am pleasantly surprised. They're airing it out. It's like all of a sudden Jerry Glanville has taken over, and I'm okay with that.
We got to get him a cowboy hat then, Peter. This is a really tough question. Let's try to put it in different terms. If these two offenses were NBA Jam teams, if they were NFL Jam teams, and you had a quarter and it was 1994, which one would you want to play with? Which one would you choose? Because if you have those little power ratings for the quarterback, wide receiver, I think right now the way the numbers Russ is putting up, I think it's slightly ahead for Russ for the quarterback, just for now. The running backs, though, I think are Green Bay, and the wide receivers are locked. I'm going to go Green Bay just because I think you have that Aaron Jones factor, and I don't think right now Seattle has the breakaway back. But, then there's this. And again, no Devontae. He's throwing to Marquez, Sternberg, Scantling, Valdez, Lazard, and they're making plays all over the field. If you were to take DK off the field for Seattle, would Russ still be as good? Probably, but we don't know, and we know for a fact with Green Bay. That's the start of the second half. We'll just take this right in the face. NFL Jam, he's heating up. He's on fire. Tarzan yell. I'm going to go Packers, but it's very close.
I don't know, Kyle. DK's looking like Sean Kemp out there in Seattle. And then NBA Jam, that was a crazy combination. Shout out to Deadlift Shrimp. All right, so for me, the most impressive is the Packers. And this isn't me taking a shot at Seattle. I've expected this every single season. And maybe it's me being a little bit biased. More importantly, it's just me knowing Russell Wilson. And every single week for the last 5 years of this show, I wake up and tell everybody Russell Wilson is as good as anybody. But I choose a Packers more impressive start because this was supposed to fall apart, right? They lost Mike McCarthy. That's trouble. Then they bring in LaFleur, and he can't handle coaching Aaron Rodgers, right? And then they had injuries last year, and certain guys weren't on the field. Devontae Adams comes back this season. Okay, it seems like things are looking up. The draft comes, and we're all pulling our hair out. What? They go with a quarterback and a running back? This is all bad. This was supposed to fall apart. That's why I'm more impressed. The last time we saw the Packers, they were getting their butts kicked by the 49ers. And then they pick themselves up, dust themselves off, they step up on the field, and they're lighting things up right now. And not only are they lighting things up, Aaron Rodgers is in the conversation with Russell Wilson. Aaron Rodgers is in the conversation with the best quarterback in the business. So for me, the most impressive start is the Packers because they had so many reasons for us to count them out.